Welcome for everyone that comes by. I'm a spiritual or intuitive coach. I talk about energies that can help you when you are attuned on your way to be of importance in the world and not in a sense of status or money, but fulfill your mission or purpose and help other people to do that too. So I read energies. I am here every Sunday, except next Sunday, then I'm not available, but every Sunday I do readings with my own oracle cards and tell something about the energies that can help you to achieve a goal or to make a step forward on your path by clarity or by the help you could get. So, welcome. And if you want a personal card, I will give the opportunity to get one, but after I have explained the energies for this collective that is here. And I pulled 4 cards. I don't know if you can see it in this way, so I'll get them out. 2 of my colorful deck and 2 of my black and white deck. And I'll start with the colorful deck. These 4 cards are the cards for the collective that joins here. And the first one that I got for the collective is, it's abstract, so I don't know if you understand the picture itself, but it was my association with this image. This is you work too hard. And it is accompanied by this one. Go with the flow. So these 2 together give me the idea that we are doing our best so very much, but the only thing we have to do is to trust the process and go with the flow. So don't work too much towards a goal of ascension, of having a purpose, of knowing what to do. When you go with the flow, you'll get there anyway. And it takes less energy. The other 2 cards I pulled from my black and white. The first one is this. And this is about you have a mask in some way, or maybe you mask your emotions. That was my first association today. Maybe you mask some emotions, maybe accompanied with the other 2 cards, emotions of not being enough or not feeling fulfilled, but you don't show what is inside you. Maybe because to protect yourself. And this one, the positive card upside down. So there is something that you withhold. And that's, of course, this one too. And this is the one that practice makes perfect. So when we learn something new, we all have to go through a phase that we don't do it very well. This is 3 people are trying yoga, but I don't think the way they do it is perfect. And it doesn't matter because you always go through such a phase. And that is also the phase you are in. But in some way, you are resisting that. You are resisting to make mistakes or to not be perfect. And then you need to hold something up. You need to mask your insecurities or the way you look at yourself. But maybe that is the reason why you work too hard. You work too hard, and working hard is not a bad thing, but it's not supporting when you work too hard, when it's from the energy of lack, when it's from the energy of otherwise I will be rejected or be not good enough. And so in some way those 4 cards for me have some loneliness in them, because it's working hard, doing your best, masking the feelings that are in you, why you are working so hard, and maybe you have given up something, because this one is upside down, because it was this hard. And my advice with the energy that's represented in this, that's beautiful, Amber, but my advice in this is, and that's the basic card, I think, is go with the flow. Trust the process. Trust yourself in the process. Because there's no perfect. You only get better at being yourself by let people look somewhat behind the mask. Let people see some of the emotions that are with you, but don't change it in working too hard. Go with the flow. Thank you very much for the support. Those are the cards for the collective. And when you want a personal edition, I could take from each deck 1 card for you personally, so you can get extra support by asking a card. It's nice to hear the area your question is. You don't have to explain it openly, what your question is, but whether it's love or work or friendships, something like that. Yes, Raven, I recognized your picture. Thank you. Again, yes. Amber, yes, it's free. So 1 card from the black and white oracle deck and 1 card from the colorful deck. When you have a question, just give me your first name and the area in which the question has grown. So, friendship, love, work, study, parents. Okay. And it may be that I don't see your question at the time, so just repeat when I don't pick you. Yes, and your name is Amber. Amber, I will take from both decks 1 card and see what addition you can have with those of the collective. And I like, oh, this one is the one that has energy for me when it's popping out or turning around. This one is not turned around, but he stuck out. Okay, I start with a colorful deck. This one is, and it's somewhat in line with the cards of the collective, express who you are. So in the cards for the collective, there is some hesitation to let the world see what your inside is telling you, the emotions you have, the inspiration you have, the trouble you have, And this is an expression, but positiver, I think. Express who you are. Because the deepest connection with people you can only get by expressing who you are. Maybe some people will fall away, but eventually, finally, the people that stay like you without you working hard, like the start card said. You don't have to work for your friendship, you don't have to work for love. Choose better friends and lovers and work. That's easily said, I know. The second one, Amber, is this one. And this is, you can see, a gate to a new area that you cannot see from where you are now, but your path leads to that gate, and you are in some way asked to go through that gate. There is something for you in the near future that you must decide to make a step that you can't oversee, but that is for your benefit. But you have to trust what comes on your path, whether it feels good. So it's always your discernment to make such a step, but don't let fear hold you back is the idea. So when you have the feeling, yes, I am invited in something that makes me insecure or fearful, but it feels good, then do it. So it's an idea. So you are going towards a situation in which you have to make a choice. Do I take a leap of faith in some way? So those were for you, Amber, those two. Should I find love? Julie May? Yes or no questions are difficult. I can describe the energies that can help you to find love. That's the way I work. Here's one. And this is the second one. These cards I don't take upside down. It's always upright. And the advice of this card is choose where you can be who you are. So make a choice for yourself and who you are. And that is a part of the answer. Jula May, Nieuwegein. Try to be yourself and you will attract the love that fits you. So you will become a magnet from out of your authenticity. And the second one is this one. It's beautiful along with the collective, because this is about, you see a bud of a plant, and this is a representation of, a symbol of, there is so much power and intention to grow. And connected to your question, we are as a people, as humans, like the plants and the animals, we are focused on growing. The only reason why we hesitate, why we hold back, why we don't take the leap of faith is because we have learned somehow that the world is not safe enough to do something that we haven't done before. This is go on an adventure. You want to grow, you want to expand your horizon. It's in your nature to take steps that are maybe somewhat insecure, but that is your nature. You want to grow and expand. And, well, when you have a lot of fear in you, that won't be easy, but it's worth your while, because you will make mistakes on your way. You will expand in areas that aren't good for you, but you learn from that. And by going and doing what your nature, what your inspiration, what your heart wants, you will grow anyway, whether it's the right or the wrong choice. So you'll find love. Don't withhold out of fear your need to grow. Maybe a new love is challenging, or finding one is challenging, but take steps that feel somewhat insecure, but that can give you more clarity about what fits your heart and what isn't. And try to be who you are authentically, because that will attract the right people. Sometimes we hide behind a mask, and that's what the collective cards said. Sometimes we hide behind a mask because it feels simpler. And it can be. It's not wrong, especially wrong, but know with whom you hide it behind the mask, because the most fulfilling relationships you get when you are yourself and love yourself as you are. So that is the journey, the biggest journey, I think. Oh, I see I had stopped the messages. Jullie mee, Nieuwegein. So when you want to find love, don't hesitate to do things that you're not sure about. Just try it out and be as much yourself as you can be. Okay, yes, Sa. Friendship. Am I not worthy for it? You are worthy. You are worthy. No matter what the cards say or the people around you say, you are worthy for friendship. Of course, we all need friends and connections to thrive. But there's a possibility that you do something that holds you back and people cannot relate to you in some way. So the cards can tell you something about that. So the collective cards, I don't know if you have seen them before. The collective cards talked about don't work too hard for the friendship, or not out of eagerness, because eagerness is not what attracts. If you want to be a friend of someone and you are too driven, that makes people hold back, I think. So don't work too hard. Go with the flow. Don't give up when it's a little bit difficult. Hold the trust that you will find it, and try to show yourself somewhat behind the mask of I can do it, or I am interesting, or I am quiet, or what an identification you have for yourself. So you are absolutely worthy. And I will take two cards that can say something about your attitude or the behavior that can help you forward, but without expectation. Don't try to expect something. Trust the process. Yes, this one is for you. Yeah, I'll show it, but it's a beautiful one. Oh, and this one is for you. And it says in Dutch, I think you're Dutch, but I'll translate it in English. This storm will also vanish. This storm you are in, I think you are in a place of, I think you're sad or maybe fearful or something like that. This too will pass, this storm. But trust and don't work too hard towards connections, because you could choose from that energy for the people that don't support who you are. You need to find people that understand you and want to connect with you from themselves. But you have to work to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you radiate that love. So work on that as long as you don't have your friends around. But what a beautiful card this is. This is a flock of geese, I think, or swans. And this is really belonging and communicating with a group you belong. So this is, I think, because it's upright and it's a positive card, I think you can trust the process. Just don't focus on the idea and now I should have a friend, but be your own best friend. Think you are worthy enough, because your first remark, am I not worthy for it? Of course you're worthy, because you are here. You are here on earth. Everyone that is born is worthy in some way and has something unique to offer to the world. But you first have to love yourself, and that can be a lot of going inward, because we have learned in our education and being raised that not everything is beautiful, and maybe we have become so insecure that we have let go of the idea that we are worthy. Yes, you are worthy, really. But go and work on self-love. Just thank you for the gifters. Yes, I can pull a card for you, and I don't know what your first name is. Oh, Lee. Yes, Lee. Well, I hope you heard the collective cards. I'll repeat them fast, so to remind. Don't work too hard. Don't think you have to get a result. That is the first one. And what's beautiful in connection with that is go with the flow. And that means trust the process and what inspires you in the process to do or not to do. Was upside down. Don't think that it must be easy to get what you want. Sometimes it's hard work, but don't give up, because you have to do something that you find somewhat uncomfortable. Let some people that you trust or that you want to trust look behind the mask you have, because we all have a mask. We all want to be another person than we are. Maybe not 100%, but we all have parts of us that we don't like and don't want to show. But let people in behind your mask. That is the way. So that was for the collective. And now for you, I'm going to give you a colorful card. especially for you. I talk about Lee. I think it's this one. And then the black and white. Okay, Lee. The colorful card is this one. And it says, I don't know if you talk Dutch, but it is just the next step. Just focus on the next step. Don't try to oversee every next step afterwards. Just be where you are and focus on the next step. That should be your focus. That's what I do and do wrong, I think, too. That I just have a goal. I have a vision. I want to go towards that vision. And I can think about the steps I can take towards that vision. And then I get some eagerness. I want to go forward. I want to do it. And that eagerness is this card. Are you working too hard? Because the eagerness is not the right energy. Just focus on the next step. That's the first one. And this one, it's a negative one. Upside down, so that's beautiful. You are aware of this, is my interpretation. And it's confirmed that it is good. You see two people dancing here. I hope you can see it. It's a woman really surrendering to the arms of the man in the way they are dancing. But why is it a negative card? You can see that for the gray area around the number. That is because the man that is here holding her doesn't seem very stable. So this card is sort of a warning card. Know who you can trust to really surrender to. Well, you are aware of that and you have made good choices. So these two are for you. Lee, this is be aware of what is basic for your own security, to really rely on something, and you can discern. So, but be aware of it, that it's an issue. And this one is, don't try to look further on the road than the next step. I hope it helps. And then I'm going, Patrick. Hello. Thank you. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I don't speak Dutch in this live. When you subscribe to my Dutch account, I hope to get there 1,000 followers and I can do lives there in Dutch. This is my English account. So I feel responsible to do it in English and everyone can follow what I say.